Okay, today we're going to go through how to attack the wooden dummy and use the traditional form, which is 116 movements. And we're going to be basing this on the concept of Xu Quan Dao, which is the system that I have kind of created, which is an systematic martial arts form. The idea is that all the different forms are to train your body and train different techniques. And so essentially, we're gonna start with the traditional Wing Chun form. So it's 116 movements. So if you see here, your hands are along the center line. And then your feet are like this. This is a special kind of ma bu, where your knees go inwards. And that's to generate the energy. So when your waist turns, you have some power. If you turn your waist a little right here and you turn your knee a little like this, you're already going to go here, and that's for the first move, and then here, and then here. And then you're going to do this particular technique, step over here. So step with your left foot, and then come over, and then hit right here. Okay, so now you're going to step back. So the stepping is really important to learn. You're going to hit like this, and then hit like this, step over to the right, step over, and come in here. Okay, so the angle is really important with the wooden dummy. Then you're gonna close here, come here, come here, come here, and here. And so then what happens is you just do the opposite movement. Now, with this wooden dummy, the idea is step over here, 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 and then now you're going to step over here, and then here, and one here, and then down here, here, and here. Now, one thing with the wooden dummy, this traditional wooden dummy, you notice it shakes a lot. So a lot of people think like, okay, the wooden dummy, you should use it, well, why does it shake so much? I want to use it as a punching bag. I want to hit it as hard as I can. That's not the point of the traditional wooden dummy. You have like a kind of soft movement where you hit it, but with speed, and you'll end up going faster as you start doing the form. And that empty power will later translate to more power in actual combat, which is a paradoxical thing. But in Chinese, you say, 不用力. 不用力 means you don't hit it so hard, you're just going to have more of a feeling for the dummy. So the feeling is really important. So we've already gotten to the second part, but I just want to explain to you with this Xu Quan Dao concept. If you even do the first part, here, right? Step over, here, come here, here, and then step over, and then here. You can actually continue going on, 1, 2, then come back over, here, 1, 2, step over, here. Keep on going indefinitely until you can. Okay, and until you can do it freely. There's a lot of people learning the form say, oh, I learned the form this way. You can't do it that way. You can also do this forever. Here, always keep your connection to the arms. Drill kind of forward, like you're swimming forward. So practice that here, right? So here, 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 here. You're going to see this in the form. So be able to practice it going back and forth many different directions. So in infinite amount of ways. So those are the first two sections of the routine. So now we get to the next part. 1, 2, 3. Leaning forward a little. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And that's that. Okay, so this one is a little more complicated, but you can keep on doing this. Practice this technique right here. Keep on practicing this technique. Lean forward a little. Keep your knees here. Because the Wing Chun form is designed because it's a southern form. So Nan Quan, Bei Tui. What it means is in the south of China, the emphasis is on the fist, and then in the north, it's on the leg. And the reason is also in the south, this is my theory, the south is more, it's crowded. You don't have that many spaces, open spaces to practice. So if you're living in a very crowded area, you want to create a form where you can have the minimum amount of movement and do an attack, but still use your waist. And so the whole body is moving here, not just the hands. Not dun, 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 dun. That's not incorrect. Turn the waist, turn the waist, turn the waist. Look at the dummy straight ahead. Okay, so that's some of the problems that when I do the form, sometimes I'm looking down at my hands, but that's not going to be the correct way for self-defense. You want to be able to visualize the dummy as an opponent. Okay, and you see it wobbles like that, like a human being would if you were to hit it. It's kind of creepy sounding, actually, if you think about it. And then here, punch, right? So you can practice this. You traditionally just 3, and then here, and then that. And then, see, that was too much li. Buyong li. Just like that. Here, use the waist. Use the waist. Then strike here. Strike here. Step over. Kick. Right? From here. Strike here. Step over. Then you can keep on doing this indefinitely until you learn the kick should come after, actually. Try to get your stepping right. And then, after you finish, it's just basically that. But, okay, so, but again, going back to our Xu Quan Dao concept, when we start out, we can also do infinite amounts, right? Infinite like this, practice, 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 until you get faster. Use your waist, the whole body. 1, 2, empty, empty, empty. Don't use force. That's Xu Quan Dao. And then 1, 2. And then here. And then you're going to kick here. Kick here. You can keep on swimming. There you go. So that's more like turn it into a cardio workout where you're doing a lot more. So we already got to the third part. So then here is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, through here, then here, and then 1, 1, 2, 3, here, then over here, here, 1, 2, 3. We can continue. We can continue. but actually you only do this normally once in the actual form. And then, so you close up. So again, let's practice it. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. Step over. Kick. When you step back here. 1, 2, 3. I put it here. So it's lower on the second time. And then you're going to step over. Make sure you step over with your right foot. Kick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so that's that one. So now you've already got some kicking. This is already the fourth one. Now you're going to go here. So some people go 1, 2, 3. Right here. Right here. And then this is the butterfly palms. 1. You don't have to strike it too much because you don't want to break your wooden dummy. The point is not to use a lot of force, but just a push like that. Right? Okay. Here, step over. And then here, here, here. Okay, so here, here, here. Okay. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the concept that I'm getting you used to here is to do these butterfly palms, which are a great technique. I don't know how you don't see them in the movie. The Bond movies as much. Because that was too much force right there at the end. Because this technique is extremely lethal. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you don't have to do all of that. You only have to go 1, 2, 3, or just you don't have to do it so many times. Okay, so now we've done all of these. So now you're going on to the sixth one, which is 1, 2. See, it's a little forward. 3. So now you got to practice these again. 虚拳到 my form. Which means no form, is basically you don't want to limit yourself to the form. There's a lot of people who say, oh, can you do the wooden dummy form? I can do all 116 movements. But can you practice them in isolation, each of the techniques, as many times as you want? Can you mix those techniques up? Because that's what you're going to actually need in combat. So 1, 2, 3, okay? Here. Strike, palm. Okay, here, strike, palm. Right here, step over. Okay, and then you're gonna go here and kick here on the outside. Okay, down here, here, over, step over, kick over here, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how do we go further with this one? So practice 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, Okay, so you have to get these combinations down pretty good. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now you can practice this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, why am I doing all those techniques? The thing is to unify your mind and your body. If you're doing the form, and also your breath and your posture. So, because a lot of the forms in the Chinese martial arts, they actually come from meditation. So, a lot of martial artists don't understand the concept of meditation, mind and body unity, and also the whole point of self-defense. Because they're trapped in 2 different categories. One is being trapped in form, so you go 1, 2, 3. I can never do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why? Because their master taught them only one way to do it, and that's the only way you can do it. And then they become attached to that particular form. But the Xu Quan Dao concept is really coming from Fojiao. Fojiao is Buddhism, and from Daojiao, which is Taoism. So Taoism is 无为而治, or 无为而为, and then Kong, everything in Buddhism is empty. So the nature of the universe is empty. So there's infinite variations. There's no restriction. When we get too attached to a form, we're attached to the ego. And when we're too attached to the ego, we start thinking about the self. And then when we start thinking about the self, we think of me and mine, and then we're just holding on to appearances. But freedom is the opposite. Freedom, spiritual freedom, is when we can express ourselves totally. So learning the form is one thing. It's a catalog of techniques, but don't get stuck in the form. Getting stuck in the form is going to make you you won't progress as a martial artist. So again, be willing to go 1, 2. Remember, the whole body is involved here. You can follow these forms, but don't be stuck in the form. You can switch wherever you want. Even make up your own techniques. So okay, make up your own techniques as well as you go along. So let's go back to that form. 1, 2. Of course, the forms are very important because you need to learn the form well and precisely. And there's probably some masters who are saying, you're not doing this right, which is probably true. But don't be afraid of doing something wrong. Okay, don't be afraid. Even I'm adding some different techniques here because it's just like jazz improvisation. The main thing is the principles. And so the forms in all the martial arts are like scales. And so then you can mix those scales up only once you get very good at the scales. So you have to practice the forms a lot until you learn it. So again, we go back to this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, then 2. And then actually just do a bong sao. This is a bong sao. The bong sao defensive right here. And then you're going to step over here, turn, and kick here. And then here, 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 and here. Okay, so now we're on number 7, I believe. And so I'm not very good at counting. This has never been my forte. So here, you're going to just find the center line and then kick here and then kick here. Okay, and then same thing, find the center line, kick here and then kick here. Okay, so we can keep doing that 1, 2, right? 1, 2, right? Then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you see the hardest part here is stepping back here, and then once you come in here, you've got to step over with the left foot and then simultaneously hit right here. Right? So we're here, step over, and here. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. And then that's basically that. And now we're going to the very last part of the form, which is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Now, some people might say, my master says, do it differently. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Which one is right? Which one is wrong? Who cares? Actually, it's all a series of techniques, as I said. Don't get too caught up in the form, especially having lived in China for 8 years and practicing different martial arts. Basically, even in one region or like one style, in regional areas in China or with different masters, everything is going to be a little different. The principles are pretty much the same, but there will be some subtle differences, and that's okay. Because I think in the Western mind, we tend to think like everything has to be exactly precise, and that's a limitation when we use the Western mind to analyze the martial arts, because really you have to think of it as, if you remember the Qianzi Wen that we're reading in my podcast, if you actually watch that, there's a saying, 船流不息, which means the river flows forever. It never ends. And so if you're trying to learn martial arts and you believe you mastered something, you never mastered it, because there's an endless amount of knowledge out there. So just continue practicing. Right? So just don't get too attached to whatever the form is that you're learning, but learn the form and then experiment, improvise, learn all the techniques. Keep practicing those techniques over and over again until you actually know, oh, okay, I don't just go with my hand right here. No, you use your body, right? Don't forget this hand for defense. Sometimes I forget that. Don't use too much force with the regular wooden dummy. I have a wooden dummy outside, and you've probably seen the videos of that one. That one is stuck in concrete, and it's not going to wobble like the other, this one. Like this wobbles a lot, and it's for a different type of training. It also has the rice bags there, so it's more, I can punch that as hard as I want. But here on this one on the inside, my goal is not to punch as hard as I want. It's just to get the technique going, and to have the feeling. So, and I think that's really important. It's a totally different feeling working with a fixed wooden dummy or working with this type of traditional wooden dummy without the top part that's, so it's going to actually shake and it makes a noise there. It's kind of creepy sounding, but that's that. So again, so now we're headed towards the end. 1, this is the last section. 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now you just 1, step, 2. Now you're just going to go 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. And then over here. And so you're going to step over here. Come here with the bong saw. Step over. So some people go under. You can go under. You can hit here. And then now you're going to hit here. Hit here. And basically you're finished. Now some people 1, 2, 3. You can do that. And then you go 1, 2. So you can go here. And then you're basically finished with the form. Okay, so if you want to go on the last section, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can keep on practicing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Over. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's an improvisation right there. So actually 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that ends the form right here. But you can add this if you want. You can use either foot. Come back down. Right? And then 1, 2, and then here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. So this is the character for xu, which means emptiness, void, or the great void. 太虚, so it means empty. It can also mean false. It can mean weak. It can mean virtual. But mainly empty is the original meaning. So it can so it also means 空. But the other meanings, so basically this xu in martial art that I'm doing, it means emptiness. It doesn't mean fake or etc. So the next character is 拳. 拳 means fist. So, this is really not too good, but my brush is already splitting a little. So, 虚拳, and then 拳 means fist. It has a shou in it, so you can see that. And then 道. 道 means the way. So it's a way of the empty fist. And it's a concept that also comes from Taoism. So Tao is right here. Some of these strokes are not perfect. Here. So this shu is disappearing. And everything is drying quickly today, but the last time I did it, nothing was drying. So, 虚拳道. And the whole concept is the way that is the ultimate way is not a fixed way. So, it means basically you learn any system of martial art, but it's just an expression of the breath, the body, technique, posture, and the free energy of the universe. So it's that concept. Shu is also not to use force, as we